Ever since the start of Pokemon, there have been loads of Pokemon that just happen to miss evolutions. So today we're taking a look at this specifically. We're going to have a look at the top 10 Pokemon that deserve to get an evolution. But do remember, these are my opinions. If you do not agree with my opinions, then go ahead and comment with your favorite Pokemon that you wish to have an evolution on right down in the comment section. Now, before we start, if you guys can drop a like, that would be appreciated. And also, let's get right into the video with number 10. Number 10. So, coming in number 10, we have ourselves Luvdisc. Now, Luvdisc is just a Pokemon that I really loved back in the day, and it's a very loved Pokemon by the majority of people. But I feel like it really does need an evolution, as it just has potential to be amazing if it does get one. Imagine a Luvdisc evolution that just happens to be shaped like a Pokeball, or maybe just a bigger heart. It would just be cool. I would love to see it. But then again, it's just not too late for Game Freak to still create this, and it's not too late for this to happen, but I really wish it does happen. Either way, let's go to number 9. Number 9. Now, coming in number 9, we have ourselves Farfetch'd. Now, why does Farfetch'd need an evolution? Well, I can definitely imagine this thing having a giant monster duck version of itself. Like, I don't get why it does not have an evolution. Just imagine a giant duck version of this thing, so much bigger, and just a giant leak in its hand, just huge. Just imagine it hitting you with that giant leak. I feel like it would be badass, and I don't know why it hasn't happened, and I've always imagined it would just be really amazing to see that. And it's an evolution that's just been through my mind several times, but it's never come through, and I really hope, and I really dream about the day I can see a giant Farfetch'd evolution. Let's go to number 8. Number 8. Now, coming in number 8, we have ourselves Shuckle. Now, I've loved Shuckle for a long time, but I've never really, thought about how it would be to actually receive a evolution for this thing. And the fact that it doesn't have an evolution really just strains my brain. Shuckle just has that look to it that tells me that it could potentially have a crazy evolution with perhaps, a added typing, and if not then maybe a cool way of it having just, several more holes on its, shell that it can move its head through, more than it already has. And I don't know, I'm just trying to imagine in my head what this thing would look like, and just imagine that giant, a giant Shuckle with a single hole on it, maybe, or, maybe, enough holes so it can have its arms and whatnot, and then through that hole it can probably shoot, Dunsparce or some stuff like that, or maybe some other abilities. I just feel like it would be really cool, and it can just hide in that thing. I don't know, I'm having a hard time figuring out an idea in my head, but I feel like just these random ideas could really, be interesting to see in a potential evolution for Shuckle. Either way, let's go to number 7. Number 7. Now, coming number 7, we have ourselves Dunsparce. Now, it just seems like Dunsparce is just a wasted opportunity. I feel like Dunsparce could just have, an amazing evolution with potential dragon typing to it. I mean, just imagine a Dunsparce with just giant wings and just an overall cooler design. It would just be crazy. It always felt like it was just kind of left behind in a state where it wasn't completed. It just felt uncompleted, majorly. It just looks like it doesn't have much to it going, It just looks kind of boring in my opinion. So an evolution feels like a perfect way to just add to this already very stale Pokemon that just needs something to up its level of awesomeness. Either way, let's go to number 6. Number 6. Now, coming in number 6, we have ourselves Absol. Okay, so we already know Absol is badass, and it already looks badass in the way it is. And of course, it does already have a Mega Evolution, so it shouldn't really be on this list, but it's just a badass Pokemon, and I feel like it just has to be on here. I can only imagine what Game Freak could do with the potential of this thing and a potential evolution for it. It just really bugs me that it didn't have one before, and now it has a Mega Evolution, so a normal evolution would probably never happen. Then again, I can always dream, and of course, this is my own opinion. But anyway, let's go to number 5. Number 5. Now, coming next is going to be Durant. Now, Durant may already look like a final evolution, but I still think that it has potential of being perhaps bigger, just a bigger ant version of itself, with more things going on it. Maybe it adds something to its head, maybe add some, things to its body to make it look more badass, change the color maybe to something like, I don't know, red perhaps, I don't really know, maybe make it into a fire ant, give it, fire as a typing. I can't really think of what could really work well on this thing, but I'm trying to imagine what would look really cool on it, and I feel as if another typing added, and maybe color change really could be sick on it. Then again, that's all, speculation and whatnot. It is a bug in steel type, and maybe adding, fire to it really wouldn't make any sense. Removing the bug in steel typing, it wouldn't make much sense, but then again, this is all speculation and just ideas in my head that I feel like would be really cool. Either way, let's go to the next one. Number 4. Now, coming in next is gonna be Mimikyu. Okay, so this is of course a new Pokemon, and we never know what could happen in the future, but I still feel like I would love to see an evolution from Mimikyu. I've had a hard time imagining one, but I really could just see the, interest in it. I could really just imagine what it could be like in my head. It's kind of hard to kind of figure it out, but I could perhaps, maybe see a shape of a Raichu instead of the Pikachu-inspired rag. That, currently that really would make no sense, but I mean, I feel like that could be pretty interesting. Then again, we have no clue what can happen in the future. We never know if it's going to get an evolution. It might be just a one-off Pokemon with a single evolution, which would make sense the way it is styled and made. It kind of makes sense that it would be a single evolution, but I do feel like evolution would still be cool. And either way, let's go to the next one. Number 3. Now, coming in at number 3, we have ourselves Komala. Now, Komala feels like it could have been an amazing Pokemon with a second evolution. Imagining a bigger Komala with the drum or whatnot, just a bigger version of that, would be so cool. Imagine, a bigger Komala just throwing that thing at you and at people and whatnot. I feel like that would be so badass. But the current Komala just feels kind of incomplete. It doesn't even look like one of those Pokemon that just is a single evolution. It really does look like it needs more than one evolution. Maybe a three-stage evolution. Then again, I don't really know. I would, kind of imagine in my head that would be cool to see, but then again, that's never guaranteed. But I feel like it would fit perfectly. Either way, let's go to number 2. Number 2. Now, coming at number 2 is going to be Carbink. Now, Carbink just looks like a clearly evolution-needy Pokemon. The way it is styled, and again, like most of the other ones on this list, really looks like it needs an evolution. Like most Pokemon on this list, it just has that thing to it that just looks like this can't be a single evolution Pokemon. But Carbink seriously has just the potential to it as well. I can imagine a bigger Carbink with more crystals on it, and just a more angry look to it. It already looks adorable, just imagine it just, angrier, maybe a stronger look to it. It could even have a larger version that's big enough to fly on, because we know that Carbink does float around and whatnot, so evolution should be able to do that as well. I mean, just fly around, I don't know. Either way, let's go to number 1. Number 1. And coming in number 1, we're gonna have ourselves Emolga. And Emolga is at number 1 because I think this thing still deserves a place on here. Of course, it is a cute Pokemon, and it's one of those, in the category of cute Pokemon electric types that we always see in every single new gen, like Pachirisu or Togedemaru. It's one of those Pokemons that kind of seems like it's a one-off that we see a lot of times in the games, or, not in the games, but generally in Pokemon releases and new generations. They always add that one Pokemon that's just a one-off. It's never gonna have an evolution, but I still feel like Emolga could potentially have a sick evolution, which is giant wings they can just glide around on, and just more power and just crazier abilities to it. Maybe even a second typing. I don't really know what that typing would be, but I feel like it would definitely deserve to get just a second evolution that would just fit so well to it. Then again, that's going to be the end of the video, guys, and I hope you do enjoy the video. And of course, this is my opinions. If you do not agree, let me know in the comment section what sea Pokemon do you want to see an evolution for. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.